He wasn't caught cheating. Not the way people usually are. No screenshots, no late-night messages, no lipstick on a collar. What exposed him was something much quieter, a moment. It happened at a dinner, one of those nights where everyone is laughing, glasses clinking, stories overlapping. Someone told a harmless story about a trip we had taken together years ago. Nothing dramatic, just a memory, and that's when I saw it, the pause. He smiled, but his eyes didn't move. It lasted maybe half a second. No one else noticed, but I did, because when you've spent enough time with someone, you start to recognize the moments where their mask slips, not in anger, not in chaos, but in stillness. From that night on, I started paying attention to things I had always dismissed. How he never spoke about his past unless it was polished. How every ex was crazy, unstable, or too much. How his stories never contradicted each other because they were rehearsed. He didn't lie often. He curated, and I realized something unsettling. I didn't know him. I knew the version of himself he presented to each room. At work, he was admired. With friends, he was charming. With me, he was vulnerable, but only on his terms. He never raised his voice, never insulted me, which made it harder to explain the feeling growing in my chest, because abuse doesn't always look violent. Sometimes it looks reasonable. He would question my reactions, not aggressively, gently. "Are you sure that's what happened?" "I don't remember it that way." "You're very sensitive lately." And slowly, reality became negotiable. The turning point wasn't a betrayal. It was a conversation I overheard by accident. He was talking to someone who didn't know me, and the way he spoke about his girlfriend, about me, was foreign, detached, strategic. I realized then that I wasn't a partner, I was a role. I started pulling away quietly, no confrontation, no accusations. I wanted to see what would happen if I stopped feeding the dynamic. That's when he panicked, not emotionally, logistically. Suddenly, I was important. Suddenly, he was afraid of losing me. Not because he loved me, but because I disrupted the balance. That's when I understood the truth. He didn't need one woman. He needed an audience. Different people reflected different versions of him. And without that reflection, he didn't know who he was. So I left. Not dramatically, not loudly. I just stopped playing my part. Weeks later, I heard what happened. Not from him, from people who'd once admired him. They started comparing stories, noticing inconsistencies, small contradictions, nothing explosive, just enough to make people uncomfortable. That's the kind of karma no one prepares for, the kind where the room goes quiet when you speak, where people listen but don't believe. He didn't lose his job. He didn't lose his friends overnight. He lost influence. And for someone who lives through control, that's everything. I never confronted him. I didn't need closure, because the truth didn't need my voice anymore. It had started circulating on its own. If you've ever left a relationship not because of what someone did, but because of what you slowly realized. If you've ever felt like you were shrinking to fit someone else's narrative, you're not alone. And if you have a story where the karma wasn't loud, but deeply satisfying, share it in the comments. Because sometimes the most powerful endings are the ones that happen after you walk away.